get into this vibe. I do not own the copyrights to any of the music being used. Oh, saving a little bit for later though. What's up with it, y'all? What's up with it? Catching this little vibe. What's up? Let me know y'all in the room, in the house. Bring this in and get me a lighter. Burn fire. Staying hydrated. Happy was the vibrate. All is well. Smooth should die. What's up, y'all? Get my little music right. Oh, hold on. We gotta let that play out loud. Shout out to Ghostface in this. Every blow depends on breath control. Fortunately, it's easy. You'll soon learn. Hey. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if y'all vibing. Hit the thumbs up. Make sure y'all subscribing. Hit the notification bells. Any and all donations is greatly appreciated. What's up? Catching this little vibe. Getting to a space where I could do more video, like stepping into that aspect where I'm not feeling like I gotta always present something like from a teaching aspect, like shifting that aspect more so like if I do want to teach, then focus that for like people who pay you for classes and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, or consultations, you know, which I'm gonna still be sharing, you know, for the most part on my YouTube, things of this nature, but just switching up a little bit. Yes, that was a Ghostface Killer. What track? Let's see. Ghostface Mighty Healthy. Yep, Mighty Healthy. Hey, shout out to that. I'm about to play a few little joints from the hypnotic band ensemble though. Y'all think me later everybody into like horns and brass instruments, you know what I'm saying? This little band fire. I'll definitely check them out. And also commercials we plugging in. And I just got the insight of all the platforms this is on, so give me 1 second. Let's see. Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Deezer. All right, so these are all the platforms that my brethren Jazz Bandito, his album The Truth, is out. As a matter of fact, and featuring track with me, featuring Universal. So y'all definitely show some love and support. Check out the Brethren album. Definitely check out track number 4 on the album, The Truth. Okay, if you just open your mind, all these words we could find, move you to mind over time. And again, that's Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Deezer. Any and all love and support would be greatly appreciated. And I start to see why too, though, like why you don't really. I mean, of course, you express that, hey, thanks for the love and support, and at the same time, it's like, hey, I'm putting out a product that, again, is gonna be equally beneficial. It's like I don't have to twist your arm about it. Shit, it's a beautiful masterpiece that you would love to check out. Coconut water, ashe to the ancestors. Just being in the moment to the fullest without overthinking has just been the thing lately. Been studying people who just live in the moment, where they living out their life to the fullest, and they're not like super meditative, like all the time, meditating all the time, like, again, like people who live in their life to the fullest, you could feel the energy up, you could feel the love, but they don't necessarily, again, it's not packaging that yoga guru, you know what I'm saying? It's not packaging that love vibe. I've been studying people with these abilities. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ashe to the ancestors. Ashe, matter of fact, call out, we going by Behemoth style. Call out all the gods and deities that exist within that all those archetypical energies that resonate within you. Call them out right now. Ashe, give thanks for their energy. You know what I'm saying? And also any ancestors that, any blood relatives connected to your bodysuit, that transition, give a ashe to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to give thanks for, hey, boss coming through knocking. Give thanks to ancestors, and especially again for me, where I realized so many things that I inherited. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's something as simple as clothes, guns, a vehicle, like all kind of things that my pops that I had, and things he laid down for me to make sure I was straight before he left. And my pops wasn't perfect. He also had little things he was dealing with, because I had to work out that too. But he had did some shit, because me and his name is both the same. He's KarlHaynes Sr. I'm KarlHaynes II. And and hence why, again, as I'm speaking, this is big, because this is what, this is a part of my karmic energy, dealing with money and being able to, invest and not living like a little kid, like that Papa Legba aspect of like wanting to be an inner child, like, again, like tapping into the inner child, but the negative aspect of like never wanting to grow up or never wanting to be responsible. And my dad kind of was dealing with that energy too, to some extent, you know what I'm saying? Because out of the brothers, he was the one that kind of partied, was more freelance. He was the only one that didn't have a degree, because, he was kind of like just doing like, hey, life is life, but end up having to deal with that because, all right, you want to not care, you're going to get that type of, life that comes with it. As far as like sometimes not having enough of money or this and that, because you want to, because again, his nickname was, they would call him a gadget man, because he just liked to buy all kind of like little miscellaneous, like, hey, and he liked to show it to you like, hey, I just got this such and such and this and that. And what's crazy too, like what's fire is like realizing literally like whenever somebody transition for whatever it's worth, like their energy is like activated within you. Because after you transition, like from the from the from the positive and the negative, like I noticed myself like having his habits like way more stronger than when he was here, you know. And it's like, damn, like I'd be talking to people and he used to want to like talk for a long ass time and shit. And like sometimes I catch myself doing the same thing to people. I just laugh like, bruh, you know. But I shade to the ancestors. All right, smooth shot day. You got popping in here. All right, Tyler. Good to hear that. Matter of fact, great to hear that the items came in. That the artwork, the functional art came in. Matter of fact, I still got a few amethyst bracelets, the amethyst carved ebony wood. Still got some of the what is that? Prayer night with epidote inclusions, pyrite, and rose quartz. I got that combination too still. And also, again, realize that there are no guidelines. Like all the only guidelines we're following is the ones that we have to follow in the sense of the universal laws. You know, the law of correspondence is a law that in essence you have to follow. Like the law of polarity is a law you have, because that's, you know, that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? But outside of that, life should be about what you in your heart you feel you should be living out, not nothing else. Like yeah, we could, again, we model ourselves and we could learn from people that may be doing things in areas that we want to, you know, participate or create into, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, again, it's like it just all go back to you. Like with me, like I, you know, with all the drinking aspect, the smoking, all these different things, it's like I balance it out in a way that's best for me, and I know when I'm bullshit myself and when I'm not, you know. And if I am bullshitting myself, I could deal with the consequences because it's me and I know it's me and I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the worst that could happen is you just dealing with the consequences. But again, being aware that we do want to clear our heavy attachments to things, you know. Because again, you take herb and alcohol away forever, I'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? Like again, you take any of these little vices away, I'll be good. I know how to live my life sober. You know what I'm saying? I just choose not to because it is what it is, and I grow to the best of my ability in every moment. Not looking at things as a sickness, more so as something to understand. You know. Because that's what helps to clear it if it is a hindrance. When you sit there and you don't judge it and you try, you know, and you understand it, that's what helps it to not be, you know, not get in the way, so to speak. And I talked about that too, like that download I caught about like the ant, like one of the ancestral realms, and then two, because we are fire and heat beings in essence. You know, your body is not cold, it's actually hot. You know what I'm saying? And again, and in my last video, I kind of brought up the book Cosmic Memory by Rudolf Steiner. He talks about like that shift, you know, of again our existence on quote unquote Earth, you know, and also again they had a for every cause there's effect. Again, start doing one thing, like say for instance you got memory. You know, your memory causes you to be able to create things that you could remember and create a language. But without memory, you wouldn't be able to create a language. It's like a cause and effect little vibe. And again, at one point, our bodies were like the our body was a direct connection, had more of a direct connection to the earth. So the body our body temperatures would be the same as earth, compared to like as we evolve, it switched to where you had your own body temperature. You know what I'm saying? Similar to the earth one, because again, we hot, you know what I'm saying? Similar to the earth. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, kind of is his own temperature, so to speak. Yes, Papa Legba Ashe. But the star, the the entertainers. I got two I want to speak on right now that just came up. One is Kendrick Lamar, and go check out. So when you go to Kendrick Lamar Instagram page, he got the link to his website, and it's called PG Lang, the letter P, G, and then Lang, Lang. And instead of like a mission statement written out, his mission statement is in video form. Go, please do yourself a favor and check that out. And once you check it out, I know inevitably you're gonna want to show other people and be like, bro, check out this mission statement to Kendrick Lamar website. And again, seeing like actions speak louder than words on who's really trying to show you what's up. And again, different people, it's a chess game, different people on different levels with it. Some people somewhat dip their toe into helping you, and I say helping you because you can only help yourself. I don't know, let's talk correctly. Some people dip their toe into expressing information that can help you on your soul growth. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of dip 50% in, some 70, some not even. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all. Some entertainers smart where they know how to play the game like politics, where they make it seem as if they're for you, but what they really doing ain't really doing shit to really, awaken the soul energy within, you know what I'm saying, and make you realize like, you know, like say for instance, if a person doesn't sit down and express like, oh yeah, bro, it's more to this than just being a human, you know, like like if any star get in front, any entertainer talk about Jesus Christ to that extreme, and again, some people playing the chess game, like Kanye. Kanye playing the chess game. He's playing it fucking well too. Like, cause again, no, and most people talk about him don't listen to his music, which is funny. It's like paradoxically, people, don't listen to his music and still criticize him when he keep it real. His quotes, everything, he's keeping it a buck more than actually what's fire is like he keeps it more of a buck than the people who presented as black power type of people. You know what I'm saying? And again, like it's like really paying attention and getting off of that shit of like, like always trying to bash, somebody. And then we subconsciously program, uh, within, the hood to just always, be against somebody who look like you know what I'm saying, and not being able to embrace yourself to the fullest. Because again, a part of being source, yeah, this bodysuit not the end all be all. At the same time, this universe was created out of love, like hate and fear couldn't even exist without the aspect of love, you know what I'm saying? And again, like source energy wouldn't expand it a step further than just standing still if it was about fear. Fear wouldn't allow it, like, oh no, I ain't going nowhere. In fact, I wouldn't be talking, as an extension of source, I wouldn't be delivering this video, and as an extension of source, I wouldn't be watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be, but love, and again, like why would I create, because that's the expression. You could go look up an animated picture the story of the flower of life and how it expands. And I done did it on video before where I done showed the one circle, or first the dot itself, and showing you how a symbol speaks, 1,000 words, because just the dot stands for the universe, and the universe is everything. So just a dot could be symbolizing everything. But you got the dot and no thing. But and then that dot becomes aware of everything around it without moving. So that becomes a circle around that dot. Then that dot say, all right, I got this awareness bubble. All right, I just can't help myself. The awareness dot, and bam. Let me see this perspective. And it's how, again, numbers, the energy of numbers, because again, the no thing, the 0 point, and then the actual point, one, what I'm saying, then going to two, then three, four, and then again all the way to nine. Nine is the last number. You know, there's no number past, the only numbers that there truly are is from 0 to 9. Everything else is a repetition, because again, later mathematics doesn't honor the true universal aspect of numbers, where again 11 is really 2, what I'm saying, 12 is really 3, 13 is really 4, what I'm saying, like in the energy of 13, that Christ energy, breaking out of the control, or more so like, understanding and self-mastery of, the 12 disciples, the 12 disciplines, or the 12 zodiac signs, the 12 tribes of Israel, and Aaron, Moses' brother, with the breastplate, what I'm saying, that had 12 crystals on it, 12 stones, all interconnected. But again, just dipping out, and then that dot of consciousness say, you know what? Let me go to the furthest rim of where I'm at now, and dip out from there and see what I learned from there. So that the dot right there say, all right, I'm gonna go to the furthest end of my circle, and then I'm gonna stop right here and create a little awareness bubble. And from here, bam, like, and instantly once that happened, boom, oh, I could look back at where I was and see how, things were in that area. You know what I'm saying? Like, instant break. But again, though, with the entertainers and all this, Kendrick Lamar, that mission statement is like a mission statement video, I should say. And I don't want to give it away, but I mean, it's dope to watch regardless if I tell you somewhat of what's going to happen. So somewhat of a spoiler alert, just in the aspect of also being aware, again, our connection with the sun, but realizing like the sun is not the, the end all be all, within this realm, the sun in essence gives information to the melanin, and hence why we get darker, because there's more melanin coming up to the, to the surface, receiving that insight. Because also whenever like I'm sunbathing or sun gazing, I feel the vibe to not have to eat as much, and I think about like, and now it goes back to seeing how, although I may have, came off with it from extreme aspect of like, being a breatharian and, all these different aspects, but it starts to make more and more sense the more you see that, well, all right, the foods is all poison and this and that, what I'm saying? Like, so by, being tapped into the point where you eat less, and you growing your own stuff, all these different things that, that economy, falls, where a new one could be rebuilt with the people, who again starting, been laying the foundation, starting their own businesses themselves, right? For the last few years, coming into right now. But it's like, all right, that makes sense, like on so many levels, because I'll be at my healthiest, you know. And again, to each his own on what your sole purpose is, because being, again, it's not no heaven or hell type of shit. Like you got to be healthy to go to heaven type of thing, It's more so a level of tapping in. Like, do you subconsciously know that you're more than just a human, you know, and really know, hence why, like where tools like, psychedelics, you know, could really help at letting you see for sure without a doubt, like, oh yeah, like I'm sourcing the human experience. Like this is no joke. I ain't I never went, I ain't going nowhere. Now KarlHaynes, this little bodysuit, we're gonna go back into to this little realm, but no, it's the soul energy. And again, the soul could, the soul is what's truly your essence and what's, us, that soul essence. And again, the soul, and this is from my, again, inner gnosis, book reading, just every, and again, the no thing, which allows to be, everything, but that no thing, or that, soul essence, which I also feel is like very, for lack of a better word, microscopic, you know, and located in the middle of like the, the heart area. But hence why the heart is like the mediator between, both areas. But again, like the soul, like my soul goes to either, say for instance, person's soul goes to the next level, next experience, or it could reincarnate back into this experience. But say for instance, the soul is just the actual no thing, again, no labels, no, just you know what I'm saying? But then also our spirit. The spirit is what the soul expressed in the physical, you know what I'm saying? And so say for instance, like, my soul could be either reincarnating into another bodysuit or transitioning into higher planes of existence, but people could still connect with the spirit of universal or the spirit of KarlHaynes, you know what I'm saying, on that level. But I don't know how I got to it. Oh, with the sun gazing and all that. But yeah, check out that. And then also though, I don't know, man. I think, and I know how that go too, because I feel like, you know, some some lyrics, in songs, or you do a song with somebody, there's the aspect that, everything is put together well, and there's just one part, that like one word or one little aspect that might be like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, I ain't gonna scrap the whole song for that one part type of vibe. So I kind of understand the artistry aspect, you know what I'm saying? Like, and again, it's me setting the table, being open minded before, running it on this aspect. But that song with Kid Cudi and Eminem, and like how Eminem went completely like deep state on that song, and it kind of like, it almost like make me like, where the whole song fired, and that part just make me want to throw up. where he like basically on some ignorant shit. And excuse me, because I understand this much. But this is where shit getting real though. Because at some point, if a person is so knowledgeable to get money and to be able to articulate words in that type of manner and things of this nature, then they should be possibly aware enough to know who Dr. Sebi is, and and know that you could heal yourself and know about all these breathing techniques. But again, benefit of the doubt that Eminem has no idea that self-healing exists. you know but in that verse, he was like, basically on some like guilt, blame and shit. Like in the verse, like, motherfucker, if you don't, like, I gotta go in the grocery store and use the same card as you. If you something about you cough or sneeze without, what I'm saying, in so many words that a person not wearing a mask could kill him, and they are being irresponsible. Like pushing that type of bullshit. No, in the book Cyclomancy, it clearly shows what scientists speak on, how it's about our body mimicking little germs and bacteria. Then also the aspect again is not about the necessary germ as much as it's the terrain. So it's also like the condition of your body in general and how acidic it is. And that goes into what Dr. Sebi speak on. Well, he proved against the Supreme Court that he healed AIDS, cancer, amongst all kind of other things by showing that the only disease of the body is being acidic and having mucus in the body. So if you stay away from all the things that make your body acidic, like, prescription pills and fucking, unhealthy, fats and just all this, not to go down this, but anything acidic. And that brings your immune system down. That allows for, again, and everybody has, like, again, cancer cells. Cancer cells exist in everybody. The name of the game is just to keep it dormant, where you're so healthy where it doesn't, what I'm saying, it doesn't affect you, you know. But again, it's like I don't vibe with that. I'm like, we got Google, we got all this shit. You got too much bread to be saying some shit like this. Real though, man. Like, bro, you could buy the scholar who wrote them book. Like, you could, if one of a old author was still living, you got enough money to sit them down in your house and run it with them. You know what I'm saying? Talking about I could kill you. Bro, get the fuck out of here with that deep state pushing, wearing a mask ass bullshit. Like, it's a fact that we need oxygen. You know what I'm saying? That helps the body on so many levels. It helps the body to be more alkalinic. You know what I'm saying? Hence why deep breathing. It's a fact that deep breathing helps the body heal from physical wounds, from stress, all these different things. And again, as I'm saying, there's books and literature to back it up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, just the aspect of what I was about to say with the breathe. Oh, like, that's basically like shoveling shit back in your face. Like carbon dioxide is supposed to go to the trees. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's their food. They produce oxygen, which is this bodysuit's food. If you're wearing a mask, you're not getting proper oxygen and your immune system get weak. That's facts. No matter what a doctor wanna lie and tell you, you know. It's a fact that, again, I shade to Dr. Leala Africa. Matter of fact, and even seeing the chess game, because again, bringing the esoteric occult aspect in this, where you see how it's all magical spells. Like again, in a rap song, that was like a little spell. And I think about like again, Dr. Leala Africa, Dr. Sebi, uh Dr. Phil Valentine, but all the brethren and sisters who like make sure to get their doctrine, or like to be called, to have that prefix doctor before their name. You know what I'm saying? Why? You know, because it's also the chess game of like a person ain't gonna listen unless you got PhD or doctor connected to your name. Hence why like I made the joke of showing people uh how to Tame the Monkey Mind, that book, and that is written by a doctor. And then also my book with with my tuning farts, all kind of quotes from doctors, PhDs behind the names that support the fact that sound help to heal. You got Dr. Emoto that proves that sound, you know, could affect the water, and we walk in water bags. And it's proven also through the aspect of when it's a full moon, our emotions rise. Because just like the tides rise, you know what I'm saying? Like it's all connected. That's facts and proven. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's like now is the vibrate. You know, this realm will have as many lies, or at least your immediate bubble be filled with as much bullshit as you allow. You know what I'm saying? Because if you walking around like, fuck it, even though I know that shit bullshit, I'ma just still abide by it. You know, it's like, well, shit. And again, we all constantly growing. As I'm, saying this, in certain areas that I'm still growing into. You know, again, I made a joke about that on my Instagram. Like, shit, we all wounded. You know what I'm saying? From all our many incarnations in this plane of existence. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of trauma, and being addicted to all kind of, you know what I'm saying? Which again, though, I feel like this realm, and I done spoke on that so many times. My own little inner gnosis that you're gonna have an addiction regardless. So the name of the game is just be aware of them. Don't judge yourself because of them. You know, and always do your best to make sure that those addictions is not hindering the progress of you, doing whatever it is that you love and want to accomplish. You know, because sometimes some of these things, again, is it could waver to healthy, unhealthy in any manner. Like again, I seen it with meditation. Like I seen it with the things that would be called quote unquote good, and that's how I know. Like, all right, it is just about balance. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I would meditate like most of the time, like just all like I barely had moments like I wasn't listening to music, and it was straight like that was needed for when I first started on my growth, definitely. But then it got to a point where it was extending, and then me not knowing but learning through experience, I got to experience and learn. Like I started using meditation and raising my vibration to run from acknowledging a certain part of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I again, like something that's good. Oh, meditate again. That's why nothing is a blanket statement of just good or bad. Like is all on how it's placed, when it's placed, like, but those things could be you, like, again, like, you could be reading a book about the power of now, but if you really should be sitting down with yourself and realizing you're running away from, you know, talking to somebody or doing something, you know what I'm saying? Like, and for myself, like, I always, again, and having fun with it and realize you're gonna make mistakes. Like that's the name of the game. Like that, you could either just sit there and die, worrying about like, what if I make a mistake? What if I make a mistake? And just die in that little shell of wondering, or you know, continuously grow. And you know what I'm saying, where you're having miniature deaths, but you're rebirthing and growing. You know what I'm saying, by expanding your comfort zone and and facing your fears. Like it's not being against fear, in essence of it, just facing it. Like, all right, I'm scared to do this. Bam. Like, and realizing like that's where it's at. I've been aligning back with that aspect of seeing like, all right, if it makes me kind of anxious and nervous, then yep, that's where it's at, because that's some new shit. If I feel like it's the first day of school, that's kind of what I use as like a alignment. Like if it feel like how I felt like on my first days of school, and all those little first, like I'm like, yeah, because again, you be nervous at first, but then once everything break through, it's like, oh, next thing you know, shit, you clowning with all your classmates, all your inmates. all your fellow inmates in the school prison. But like again, like that's that vibe of stepping into something new. Let me see what y'all talking about in y'all. Yeah, American Indian. Yep. Kendrick, bro. I'm telling you, if y'all haven't seen that, again, go check out that mission statement. Shout out to the artists that, played the chess game very tactfully. You know. Just being ourselves is enlightening. Like I don't have to try to be, I always felt that vibe when doing videos, just to be like, and in life, you don't ever want to try to like fake anything. I saw it once. I saw it happen once, probably when I was younger or with something. And I realized, oh, once you kind of play that little fake role, you almost got to keep, not almost, I mean, shit, if you continue to want to be, nice or whatever, you got to continue that character. You got to keep that character. That's another reason why I don't like I never did like lying. Like, it's like, bro, I ain't about to keep up with, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I always felt that vibe, but like, either you fuck with me or you don't, That's why, I connect like with the queens I connect with. It'll be it's gonna be a legit connection, because for the most part I don't be jumping through no hoops and try to act like somebody I'm not, to what I'm saying. Like I love being me. It's so many other people, you know what I'm saying. Everybody else taken, you know what I'm saying, except for me. And that's like all you got is you. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of us realizing right now.
What's up?
Oh, what's up, my cut? What's up, man? Hold on, y'all. Y'all gotta pause for the calls right quick. We're gonna pause for the call. Man.
Deal, man. It's been a while, man. Feel good to see you, boy.
Yeah, blessings, man. Yeah.
Lost the mom.
There you go.
You know that man right there? Do you know me? I'm well known. What you up to, man? You said she was coming this weekend or some shit, so I asked about it last time. I asked about you.
Yeah.
What you coming? Oh, what's happening, my brother? You said you was going. Let me go in there and holler at her right quick.
Yeah.
All right, my people. I see you, my boy.
Likewise, my brother. Likewise.
So what you got to do? Get the whole thing up?
My fam, the family vibe. We love each other for better or for worse. We ain't gotta be around each other all the time, cause we gotta keep it authentic. It's always love, though, baby. Yeah. Where was I though? I know I was going off on Eminem for a second again in that Kid Cudi verse. That's some bullshit. Like again, just holler at my cousin. No mask. Like how that fight go? No mask. uh, you know, it's flowing. But again, the name of the game is to right now, like again for myself, I've been having to be a little more deliberate with things, sit down, write things out more and more. In some ways, again, and just going back to the basics. Like always just fill out your energy and feel it. Like if you feel like that's something that you shouldn't do, then don't do it. Even if other people egging you on or you feel pressure because of what you think somebody else gonna think, and then catch yourself in that mode. Like if it's anything dealing with outside of you, that's not valid. It's what's inside of you. You know, Again, as long as what you're doing is not harmful to somebody in the connection of like, say for instance, you're a parent, you know what I'm saying, and you just don't up and leave, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going off of my own divine. All right, kid, I'm a holler. No, of course, you have to be aware of your whole situation. I just so told me to jokingly bring it there, but again, like it's all through the feelings. Somebody invite me somewhere. If I feel it, I'ma go. It ain't gonna be their words that's gonna tug me there. You know. Again, actions speak louder than words. And again, always remember this. And let me recap on this because I haven't always been saying it a lot lately. But always remember, in my old videos, I used to always say, like, like, if you had to call something evil, quote unquote, it will be something, some person, place, or thing, in essence, that's trying to influence, what I'm saying, like your mind, like trying to say, hey, look at it from my perspective, and my perspective is the only way to look at it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm right about everything. Or, again, like those energies, like, like if a person don't step back and like allow for you to have your own, you know what I'm saying? Like again, you could run the facts, but if you still think, you know, uh again, something aligned, all right, how you doing? Well, again, it's subjective truths. If you believe in the Easter Bunny, the Easter Bunny is true for you in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is for that person. You know, and again, a lot of us don't realize how real our imagination is. Our imagination. Creating a destination. Creating a destination in a never-ending story. But yeah, I wanted to see something else. I saw somebody type something. Tyler brought something up. Oh man, no, like so in his numerology book, again, like I tell people, it ain't like no shift, like like that. But in the numerology book, and they talk about all the different cycles and ages. And matter of fact, this is a dope book. Even down to the fact that I looked up the author and I can't even find like who she is or nothing on her. I'm like, damn, like somebody found a dope ass pen name. You know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, anytime anybody bring up like the door Dion, I was about to say it. The Dion Fortunes of the world, the H.P. Blavatsky's, the Manly P. Halls, you know what I'm saying? Like you bringing up them names in spiritual books, then that's some salt, you know what I'm saying? They dripping some sauce, you know what I'm saying? So most numerology books with the new age wave is just gonna be that author, expressing it. But nah, this book got a bunch of little quotes, from again these authors. And the other aspect, uh again talking about like how the shift of earth and the change in Atlantis and Lemuria, and how the places that was once the oceans would be the new classrooms for, what I'm saying, like, so basically again like shit shifting. And I'm like, damn, that makes sense because salt water, clean up shit. So over time, and again, this doesn't mean like boom in a snap of a finger fucking earth just about to change. And again, that's as why the aspect of fucking, again, like learning as much as we can in our moment, you know what I'm saying? Like getting to know ourselves to the fullest. You hear mostly everybody, a lot of people talking about like read, or I'm reading this, I'm reading that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of, key, and whatever vibe you vibe with, you know, cause some of us vibe to like the Moorish info, or the comedic, and whatever you feel like, is in alignment for you, as long as at the end of the day, understanding that, no thing on the human experience. So again, the only quote unquote evil is something that's trying to like, oh no, you gotta see it my way, you know. And hence, whenever we try to do that to people, it keep coming up until we realize, like, all right, yeah, I'm trying to push this point of view on this person, and you gotta back off, Like again, when I first started uh drinking alkaline water and doing all, what I'm saying? Of course I wanted to share that, and let other people know and stuff like that. But again, you can't force nothing on nobody, and you can always use yourself as a marker, you know what I'm saying? Hence with the simple aspect of doing unto others as you want done to yourself. Like shit. When I was drinking 40s and popping Xanax, I didn't want to hear none of that shit. Like, so like shit, if I didn't, why would I expect somebody else to, you know? But again, that's something I could always fill out. Like you could feel like, the real happiness is seeing somebody live out their happiness. Like, again, the other cliche statement, as long as you happy, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing you living your life to the fullest. It don't have to be right on top of me. As long as you living to the fullest. Yeah. And I ain't say to the fullest of whatever you love, again, fullest, doing what you love. Like if somebody love to drink, that's what they love, then that's, of course I would, again, and that is all people own experiences. Yeah, it's a bigger aspect again, because that's why it's different strokes for different folks, and everything I speak on I ain't talking to everybody. It is what it is. So everybody. But yeah, again, like with that classroom shift shit. That shit was dope, but that was in that little book, that little numerology book. Let me know if y'all want me to go get up and go get it. I'll go run in the house and show y'all. Nobody heard y'all quickly answer back, yep. If you don't mind, could you please go grab that fuzz universal? All right. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab this book. And again, and that's another thing too. Like again, like researching the authors and shit. Cause man, I looked up her name. I'm talking about like nothing, like on some shit. But I feel like, cause even Dion Fortune, her name is like a created name. Like, you know, she was tapped in with the Golden Dawn. Again, they were studying, you know, how the gematria, especially connected with the Hebrew letters. And that's also where the original deck of the tarot cards come from. And, you know, why the symbologies and symbols, you know. And also why you can't throw the baby out with the bad water on some old super, oh man, that's some white people who created that, the Golden Dawn, that's how Aleister Crowley and them. I ain't fucking with that. It's like, you're gonna teach your soul out of, you know, some light, some knowledge and wisdom. Again, and that'll be something you have to learn in the next life, in the essence of if you continuously allow stuff like that to block you, you know, then you're not getting like, well shit, this is all, you know what I'm saying? Like, and again, just because it's all one or interconnected, again, in this experience, we are in, you know, unique the bodysuits, so it is an individual experience as well. You know, it's just a parody of it. So yeah, I love myself to make sure that, you know, if needed, you know, protect, you know what I'm saying, like whatever. Hey, shout out to them bugs. Let me go grab this book for y'all, so I can show y'all. Oh, numbers. My faith. Either you do the J like Havane or Javane, Javane. Yeah, this is dope. But it even got like a little bit on. I was talking about the 12 tribes. So they got a little bit of that in here too. As a matter of fact, yep, and they speaking Aaron's breastplate, Exodus 28:15 through 30. You know, so again, because that's another thing too, like with like expressing stuff about crystals and stuff like that, you know, like sharing from the scientific aspect down to it being in the Bible as well, you know, so no matter how you slice it, you know, and seeing it being used again scientifically is in your computers, ruby's used for making lasers, like all these different aspects and so many other ways. But let me see. Yep. When the land lies under salt water for hundreds of years, it becomes purified for future habitation. Thus, the schoolroom earth is renovated and made ready for new students. So,
How did my kinfolk up here? You want the water, to me now? Yes.
I find chaga. I had multi-relations. Right there. Yeah. Oh, and the Chiron aspect. I was gonna forget to bring that up. Like learning about your Chiron aspect in your zodiac, and even if you want to do sidereal, so like if you do it from a Western astrology perspective, in most cases, whatever is lined up in Western go 22 degrees back to line up with so like with Capricorn in Western astrology, you go 22 degrees back and it's Sagittarius, but again the Chiron aspect deals with your strong past issues, heavy karma, and just all the shit you just always struggled with in past lives, and to have awareness of that right now be key. So check out your Chiron aspect. That might help you get some insight about yourself.
We got a job for you. Cut, what's been happening, man?
Nothing much, my cousin. Yep. I'm about to soon.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, we about to. Yep. But and that's why again I brought that up though, that Chiron aspect right quick, because that was something that came to me, and I don't live into the astrology vibes. Y'all know that, again, like I am aware of it, but that's something that kind of like slapped me in the face a lot lately. So be aware. But shit, that's about it, y'all. Keep it nice and sweet. And I'm looking to do more, what I'm saying, more like episodes, a little more sharp, till it build to the full official podcast platform. Stay tuned. But again, appreciate everybody. Thumbs up if you hit, what I'm saying, if you're vibing with the video, subscribe, like, hit a notification button so you get notified when I do lives and post videos. Any and all donations greatly appreciated. Also check out my Instagram where I do lives and stuff as well. Universal Frequencies. So all right. And let's see. That's it. Oh, and Patreon. Hit up the Patreon as well. Again, studying your numbers. I don't front like I'm a numerology person, so I don't Like in this book, it got like the soul number, your personality number, destiny number, your life lesson number. Comes from adding up your birthday. You got numbers that come from adding up your name, but you might want to research that. This little book got a few left names on it. A different but that Chiron aspect. Might want to look into that. Yeah, that's it. Hey, shout out this the hypnotic brass ensemble. Yeah. But all right, y'all. I'm out. And before I go, Bobby J. Yep. Mostly all earthly matters, in some way, form, or fashion, But again, this place is a school and an extension of source, nonetheless. Because the distractions exist in your own mind. Hey. Hence why, you could eliminate the distractions. You could go on top of the mountain. We all could go sit on top of the mountain in Tibet and meditate and just make this whole realm disappear. If that's the end game. It's like everything has its place and its purpose. Just gotta know your way out of the circus. Hey. Just gotta know your way out of the circus. And you can't blame the circus. You just gotta know your way out. Cause it is your own circus that's in town. Hey, hey, hey. Don't blame that circus or nobody else. Don't blame that circus or nobody else. I'm joked out, but that's real talk though, Bobby J. That's why I came like I came on at the beginning of my videos, It's like, start my channel, it's like a point blank period, it's all, almost everything in this realm is built to be some type of distraction from, aligning yourself. But something from my own. This is me speaking from my own DMT trips. Again, it's still part of, it's still all a part of me. Just again, like a temporary aspect of me, and this is like a school prison, because school is somewhat like a prison, and why they, may design schools the way they do, also in essence. But again, school could be fun. School don't have to be designed like how, and I'm pointing this way because my old elementary school right there. But you know, schools don't have to be designed to be like prison. You know, that's purposely. You know, it's made to create. You know, an environment to make people more crazier in essence. It's not really to help. But I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. You know, it's automatic love. Be a walking ball of love. If you love yourself, that doesn't mean you have to be nice. Because loving yourself is also, you know, protecting yourself. You know what I'm saying? Oh, being in this realm is an illusion. But then, you know, go shoot yourself and see what happens. And I'm not telling nobody go shoot yourself. But I am saying is that we're here for a reason. And you gotta find out your reason. So sit down and reason. So you could find out your reason. So sit down and reason. So you could find out your reason. The reasons. Like earth, wind, and fire. Or like desire. Is already inside me. Hey. Joked out, bro. Sipping a little bit. Gotta have some aqua. It's so safe. Imported from Iceland. 8.88 pH. It's like the synchronicity of that. There's no additives. So they say. Reykjavik, Iceland. Reykjavik, Iceland. So, how many people? This is proof of intuition, or proof that everybody in the world uses intuition when it comes to drinking water. Because nobody sits there, because again, technically, none of us, like, when we want to talk about, like, oh, you got to prove it, this and that, like, you start to see that's a rabbit hole type of thing. Because nobody sit down and prove that it's 2 hydrogen molecules to 1 oxygen molecule present in whatever it is that they're drinking before they drink it. How many people do that and know people that do that before every time they drink water from any and everywhere? I'll wait. No, I'm not going to wait because I'll be waiting forever. And although I ain't going nowhere, you know, not trying to wait. Again, nobody. We talk about, you know, proof is just the best of our ability to line up, you know, with information and things of that nature. Because, you know, and that's how that's something I present to somebody who's super scientific and like, oh, you gotta prove it, and there ain't no such thing as intuition or this and that. I'm like, oh, so well, how you know that's water that you drink every day, or that the food that you're actually eating is really green beans and really this, or well, you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm pretty sure they got some people out there that like take every measure to, you know. Again, I'm definitely aware that even if it's one person, you know, that person exists. But for the most part, But look at me, I'm continued on and went on. Shit, don't wait forever. Yeah, nah. You say conditioning and intention is only truth. Ooh, the horn beep on that. So yeah, it's almost like, dang, I got some notes on that. It's not coming up right now, maybe because it's not meant for me to elaborate on it right now. There was something to that nature though, dealing with your habits and the habitat, and oh man, that's another thing too. What's fire is like literally what causes evolution technically is the physical, like adapting to God's imagination. As God's imagination, you know, creates all these different situations. It, you know, because again, like it's like I imagine it, created, and I experience it, and that creates another little idea. You know what I'm saying? Bam, then do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Then constantly experiencing it. So whatever I'm giving out of my imagination is also causing me to evolve and change. And not say causing me to evolve, but in essence, like it's a part of the process of, you know, creating different perspectives and growth. But I thought I was playing something. This is a great harmonica player. Oh, that's Star Kite. I got so many classes. I'm trying to find my San Francisco Bay, or make that harmonica cry. Shit. Now's the vibrate. Since things switched up a little bit, stick around for a little second. Anybody have any other questions? Excuse me, not little questions. Questions. Oh wait. Hey. Oh man, I got a new one. It's time for a new harmonica. Hey. I shade to the ancestors. I'm so grateful that I'm in a place to love myself to the fullest, more and more, and to the point where I realize to love myself to make sure that I value what I value.
San Francisco Bay.
That's another thing too. I want to start doing like again, like because I also like low key with the DJing. Like again, that's why podcast official is
Hey, hey, San Francisco Bay. Go to a nightclub, drinking all up. They hate to go home, but they got to get out. Right to the Sunday afternoon. Get the kids down early so they get them up for school.
another little aspect. And, accountable recklessness, which again, how they say that is like a of course a parody, but it's another name for it. But basically, realizing in certain areas where for myself, and I'm sharing this, but like where you do have to take, you gotta shake things up strongly, and take risks, when there's nothing to lose, you know, like if you feel like things are stagnant or things, it's not moving, it's all right to shake things up to create something to, a new experience, to create some expansion, within the experience, because like realizing like where you could sit back and be getting to a place of complacency and more so in the sense of waiting for things, you know. And again, a lesson I had to learn from experience, and I'm grateful that I'm learning it from experience because I'm actually seeing, you know, the law of attraction, quote unquote. I'll just say the laws of the universe. I just rather say it straight up, like, seeing the laws of the universe at work and how it plays out with my own, subconscious and reality, Like again, because I think about it, like that's the name of the game. Like every day, I remember in LA, like it was just like a game of like also like learning about myself, Like of course, yeah, I'm selling my jewelry, having experiences, but like I was just like, all right, I'm here. Why my mind got me here? Why my mind got me dealing with these people? Why my mind got me dealing with these people? You know, like just always. And again, that's the because again, we shouldn't be fearful of some type of like apocalypse, or even be fearful of getting, you know, uh, caught up in this realm. Like you shouldn't be fearful of it as much as you should just be aware of what it is, we're dealing with this realm. Matter of fact, like as the brethren brought up, it's a lot of distractions in this realm in connection with spirit. But it's the ultimately learning about self and not being scared. Not being scared, having awareness. Oh, all right. Matter of fact, I'm about to step out of frame for a couple of seconds, and we're gonna run it on that. All right. I'm back. Arrow Ooh, man, yeah, obsidian knives, bro. That's a great little tool. Obsidian or selenite, like knives. I mean, a knife in general too. Again, it's just a knife with your own, because what's one man's magic may not be another man's or one man's magic. Because if this ring is my lucky ring for every time it's, Mercury retrograde, I put this ring on and the effects of it doesn't affect me like that. Let's say that. And that's for me. Because again, I lose this ring. Somebody else find it. Mercury retrograde come through. I'm just using, because again, retrograde ain't no monster. Just seem like that because this realm is built on commerce, communicate, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, somebody else find it, that ring don't work the same for them because it was my, subconscious, magic that goes into it as well. Cause like I tell people, like, yeah, it is the aspect of crystals having their own energy. So even without you plugging the intention into them, without you directing that energy is still gonna affect you. You know, like you don't have to tell Motivate to do anything, and you wear a piece and you're gonna feel like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna feel it, you know. Again, just like the moon energy. Most people don't be knowing that the moon is why they like, you know what I'm saying, feeling like how they feeling. It's affecting them. But yeah, Black Obsidian, knives, that's definitely something. Yep. Matter of fact, if it wasn't for that little Aries energy in me, I would constantly be like, it's kind of like a little tug that I'm pulling myself out of like, you know, trying to go backwards and hold on to the past. And I see where it comes up. And again, like, it's like, all right, you know, you want to see different, make your moves because you're seeing it, you're seeing the lesson loop of what it is. You know, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. And what's up, Lightbringer? I don't know if you just hopping in. Yeah, and plug each other in and stuff like that. If y'all got any like little, y'all doing any type of little entrepreneurial work, whatever, you know. Look, unless it's on some bullshit. And in this live, I dictate what is bullshit. Ooh, that's big. You don't have to say it. As I said that, I'm like, you don't have to say it though. You know, because even saying it is almost like feeling like it ain't true. That's why you're having to say it. But I'm telling you, it's also behind having to always, you know, use words. You know, sometimes again, like words is like affirming and doing things of that nature, but then sometimes it's almost like not even say like excuse, but definitely cover up for lack of action in a lot of cases. In a lot of cases, words be used to cover up for action. Darlene D, nah, that's what's up. Cause honestly, that's the vibe I've been on too. It's like getting back to meditate. Like as soon as I wake up, I come outside, put my feet in the ground, you know, let that good sunlight hit me. Do my breathing, you know. Matter of fact, the like getting to a place now of, you know, again, like balancing it all out, like, you know, like seeing now, like, all right, how to balance out my meditation, how to balance out when to take action, you know. Just like that truck, you balance it out, you start to, that engine starts to get it. You know, we all be into different things as far as like, you know, again, like subject matter. But for the most part, a lot of us be into metaphysical books, metaphysical or what they may call occult or esoteric. Again, occult, that which is hidden, esoteric, inner meaning. Like my time, my personal. All right, with the superhuman aspect, like our body, like yeah, we balancing things out, but again, it's like you constantly again gaining more light, we eating less, you know what I'm saying? Like these things are happening, but it's just happening gradually, and the body is gonna adapt, you know, as you go. And I definitely feel like, you know, after 2020, you know, and just the next few years coming up, and it's another eclipse in 2024 that's cutting across, you know, like making an X across where the other eclipse came in 2017. But it's definitely a shift in energy, and I've been feeling, you know, that vibe to just make sure I'm like my vessel is able to handle and withhold the highest level of light, you know, that I could make sure, you know, make sure I'm constantly again increasing my abilities. Yep, Tyler 96. Cause that's another thing. Like I could be walking around spitting rhetoric and like, oh, this, that, this is how you do this. But again, it comes from the work and me doing the work, you know, and hence like why I start to fall back from like more that teacher aspect when I realized like, all right, I was getting a little sloppy with the work. So it's like, all right, you definitely don't want to be talking from a perspective of like teaching these things if you're not, you know, fully handling it to that extent. Cause again, and that's real. I'm like, you know, I could express what I'm going through or dealing with in my experience, you know, and again, from that perspective, because again, I know I'm still getting what I like to get out of things, and that's just sharing, you know, different perspectives of my experience, and also like the aspect of almost like philosophy in the sense of like matter of fact, like basically questioning things about our existence and discussing it, you know, like expanding on all aspects of our existence and kind of having like a just a, you know, like having raw builds and or speaking from like things I catch from my own inner gnosis, meditations, you know, psychedelic experiences, you know, because again, it's like if I ain't doing this or doing that, to be speaking on it, you know, like again, hence why the only thing that rings strong that I could always speak on is like meditation and being in the moment, because that's in the pranayama breathing techniques, because that's something that I never stopped doing though, you know. So I could all, and that's why I feel so comfortable when I step into it. That's another thing, you know. I'm comfortable expressing it because I knowing that I'm doing it, you know. Yeah, activation is the real truth. That's real. Oh, and that's what I was bringing up earlier, but I didn't speak on. I'm soon go on that aspect, but again, like the word magic of things, and like when you're saying the entheogens, and that's like, you know, again like a big, what we say a big word for psychedelics, but like using these words because again, people have been under people have been put under a spell by, like again, it's like on a cartoon, like if a certain villain puts somebody under a certain type of spell, and in order to get them out of that spell, you gotta, use the words that the villain used in some way, form, or fashion, or it might have to come from the book that they use. But and it's that same type of vibe of like, and again, not saying villain or hero, but just again like how it lines up in the cartoon, and like because we've been indoctrinated with only seeing like a white person in a lab coat, and only been programmed to listen to them and to only listen when they're able to use words like entheogens and and mitochondrias and all the little scientific terminologies. So with that being said, that's where it's connecting when I brought up why like Dr. Leala Africa, Dr. Sebi, like having doctor before their name, because knowing that people gonna just listen more, like again, like it's like a subconscious, you know, uh aspect to that. And again, like using these words in order to, debunk that, the spell that was used in a negative aspect, using those same spelling words to break the spell, so to speak. You know. So again, it's literal, I mean, you could look at it from a super 3D perspective, or, what I'm saying, which, again, the whole thing is looking at it with the first eye, not the two eyes, because it's the first eye that's the real eye. Again, hence why I value energy work at the end of the day. Like, I want to make sure that inside of my being, you know, again, mind, body, and soul, physically, mentally, emotionally, all that, spirit, all that. Make sure it's all running right. But and when you say in theogens, look, I barely could say it. Again, that sparked it because I thought about that when I was listening to somebody else speak on psychedelics and they use that word, and I'm like, yeah, it's funny how you gotta, again, it is like magic spells where you gotta actually use those words to give off an energy of like, hey, I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? In order just to get the person to, what I'm saying, in essence, listen. Because again, that's how the subconscious work. A person could say, oh yeah, universe, I'm listening to you. But subconsciously, it's like something won't let them really, really listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I get that aspect too, but I also know what I'm doing, like as far as like, the way I present myself, things of this nature. It's like it's not about that type of stuff. It's about, again, I like to dress and wear all kind of different little things. That's just me, in my expression of me. But yeah, though, that sparked something. Uh I never, as far as like actually doing the work of reading up on the aspect of the clip off in the sense of like, dealing with the dot and again, the missing separate that's not in the tree of life, basically. Like I haven't done any studies again from the literary aspect of it, you know. I know I've done spiritual work, and had journeys that equate to that, if that makes sense. But as far as from a literary aspect, I definitely couldn't speak on it. And it was funny. Look, nigga sharp with it. Like I ain't about to sit. Look, it's 2020. Look, I ain't about to sit here and try to bullshit you and act like I. Because even if I read some books on some of these things, again, some things I'm just naturally tapped into and connected with, like with crystals, where I know I'm talking with crystals and I'm getting information from the crystals, so I don't have to really read as much. And even though I also read though in that area as well, but you know, but Hecate though, Hecate is like basically like connecting with our our sacral or inner moon magic. You know, it's the kind of like the triple moon goddess. And Hecate is what, the mother of Persephone? No, excuse me. Demeter or Demeter. I don't know how you say it. Demeter. In Greek mythology. Uh Demeter is the mother of Persephone, and Persephone was taken into the underworld. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is also, again, everything is a personification of astrology, you know, because again, these stories was borrowed from ancient stories. So all they doing is just switching up names and stuff. But you know, and even down to when you get to the Roman aspect, they was actually using planet names, you know, like Pluto was a god, Mars is a god, you know what I'm saying? Like actual planet names, you know. Again, all archetypes of God's whole psyche. But again, there's a deeper story to it, you know, and hence why doing a deeper research of realizing who you really are, because it is, you know, more going on that meets the, the two eyes, and it's just great to be aware, of those things and just keeping it real, like again, it's like the aspect of things shifting, and it's certain energies that are, again, it ain't no enemies, it ain't no antagonists unless you allow it to be. And at the same time, there does exist that antagonist, but again, it's only if you give it that, that attention, or more so that negative judgmental focus or attention. It's like, shit, it is what it is, like, but where was I going? I know we was talking about Hecate, astrology, shit getting passed down, mythologies, aspect of it all being God's mind. Shout out to the Genko Balova though, man. Like, bruh. Let's see. But there's something else I was gonna say about Hecate. And yeah, Hecate helped Demeter go into the underworld. As a matter of fact, that's also like with the crystal garnet. Garnet name in essence comes from like pomegranate, pomegranate, and color, basically the same. And that's also connected with the story of Persephone, because she was given a pomegranate by Hades, king of the underworld. And again, one man's God is another man's devil. A lot of these stories, the energies that they make seem like it's dark and bad is really like the ancient, like us in essence, in the connection with our ancient primordial, you know, soul essence, that no thing, and hence why all these stories of like, was Doctor Strange with Dormammu, darkness is like something bad, and they leak that sauce indirectly where they show like the teacher who teaches Doctor Strange, how to fight Dormammu. She also tapped into the energy that Dormammu tapped into, and that's why she's so fire at what she do, because she tapped into the full balance of things and the wholeness of a being. It was a little saucy aspect, but again, painted as evil because, again, the winner of the war tells the story in America. Media and all these things is controlled by somebody who's trying to keep everybody a slave, and if I know people got superpowers or can, or have extrasensory perception and waking up and all this going on, like again, I ain't about to, and again, and even deeper, so they've been having things, in place for these moments. But again, like just physical representations of just the antagonists of our earthly experience, our earthly bodysuit, as above, so below, as within, so without. It's part of our bodysuit and our earthly experience that wants us to, hold on to certain traumas, certain past experiences that no longer serve us, things of this nature. But and yeah, so again, wrapping that all back up, Hecate is again, and the reason why the moon is connected with magic, again, because our emotions, our being emotionally intelligent and knowing what our feelings is letting us know is what allows us to be guided by our inner source, and our intuition to be aligned with those synchronicities and those magical experiences, you know, like again, labradorite, rainbow, moonstone, numite, those types of crystals. In fact, like numite and rainbow moonstone and merlinite, boy, that's a great combination to connect with that Hecate energy. But again, it's your inner Hecate. That's an archetype that you resonate with within, you know, within your being. And also be aware of, again, the positive and negatives to this quote unquote archetype or deity, I should say, quote unquote deity, but archetypical energy. Because you'll be wondering why you might be going through something or doing something, and not realizing, like, well, hey, you're calling upon that archetype within yourself. So you got to know what you're channeling, basically. Like, because I had to realize that with the Legba energy. All right, let me even go deeper, and really see what's going on and why. And again, and that's why I was explaining again the moon energy, knowing the emotional intelligence, and that's why the sacral chakra is the symbol is the shape of the moon. And again, that's what's funny. I feel like I be catching myself 'cause I feel redundant when I say, but again, for those that haven't, and that whole little spill again, like, and the sacral chakra deals with emotions, you know, and the emotions, and also the sacral, in essence, deal with the sexual energy more so from the feminine aspect, because their sexual energy is more so connected with feelings and emotions, and then a higher and vibrates in a little higher frequency than the root chakra for the males, you know which is about making a home, and making sure we grounded, got that foundation, and I'm gonna fuck the shit out, you know what I'm saying? Like that. That's that energy, you know what I'm saying? But it's yeah, it's Mr. Nasty Time. Oh, Mr. Nasty Time. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. But I trust that I'm help enlighten the situation with the Hecate energy. She also somewhat connected to the Babalaye energy as well. But yeah. No problem, Darlene D. Truth Addict, it did I cover. And again, since you bringing that up and all that, that's for you to connect and tap into that energy. Read more upon that. On Hecate and the mythology behind Hecate. But what's up, Tori Indigo? But about to be out, y'all. And how many times I say that? Yeah, cover everything again. I was running. If for those of y'all just coming in, check out Kendric Lamar's. Like I'm speaking on how some entertainers are really about the business. Again, like speaking to the aspect of spirit and showing that hey, you more than just a human. Experiencing God, but you're like God or source on the human experience. And he got a mission statement that's actually a video on his website. PG Lane is the name of his website, and you could get to it through his Instagram page. Because I don't know if it's just pglane.com, but they have the link on his Instagram. But definitely check that out. That's something I brought up. And then also like the fruit gaze in this let me quit name calling. Excuse me. We gotta talk. But that's how really I feel, because again, that be the therapy of like alcohol, like a seeing, you express yourself fully and what, it's like I know it's there. I don't have to hold on to it and do it. But the aspect of Eminem pushing that guilt, fear shit with the mask wearing shit in that verse in the song with Kid Cudi. But and again, and I'm catching myself because as I'm saying stuff like that, I'm instantly starting to catch myself like focusing more on what brings light, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know I want to just be making things, bringing awareness to certain things. And I feel like it's a balance. Yeah, it is a balance in a sense of like certain things need to be expressed for practical purposes within this, this realm. But hence why I always do my best to fully bring it into the occult and esoteric perspective, no matter what it is. It could be a meme or, a ratchet video or something, just for example, and, bringing it into perspective on what this means energetically and what, But again, and I guess with this is just how that deep state type of shit still, gets bounced past in that mainstream still, And people gonna be like, oh yeah, tell them motherfucker, put on a mask, don't be coughing on me, yeah. And like I was talking about earlier, I'm like, shit, you got more than enough money to like know who Dr. Sebi is, buy the books. I was like, and shit, to the point I'm like, you could even buy, like, you got enough money to sit down with some of the authors of some books, you know what I'm saying, and run it with them, you know what I'm saying? But again, like, the body is self-healing, so why? And but again, on the deeper aspect, to each his own, because I don't know whether that brother really don't know what's going on, or he just pushing something with him. But I also know too, and again, that's why there's layers to this shit. Where whether Eminem know or not, fucking Agent Smith jumped through that message for sure. You know, but just stay in line with the love, baby. Stay aligned with the love, baby. That's what it is. Enjoy life, love life. You are life. You are death. You are yin. You are yang. I am yin. I am yang. See, and I'm catching myself too. That's another aspect. I'm gonna be calling myself out again, so I'm back to that aspect, like, because it's also a learning experience for everybody too, in the sense of like, sometimes saying stuff and you be looking to say stuff that, like, that part of like being conscious where you want to say some fly, like some poetic type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And that just kind of, oh, them spirits gonna let you know. Them spirits gonna let you know. Yeah. Right. All right. Now I'm about to go for real. I'm gonna holler at y'all again. Thumbs up if you're vibing with the video. Subscribe, press the little bell button for notifications of when I'm doing live videos, posting new videos. Also, the link to my Patreon page is underneath most of my videos. Patreon featuring videos that's not on YouTube, and more so some, like, got videos from the book cycle, man, saying a lot of them breaking down aspects of like different meditation exercises and thing, kind of more hands-on to that perspective. Because I feel like, again, to create that little classroom environment, because again, I'm gonna just be doing almost like, again, still feeling my little vibes. I want to, I don't want to hold back and try to tax for any and all information, like, I want to share any truth that comes up. And at the same time, I know there are some perspectives of it, though, I want to, like, focus it in and share with people, you know what I'm saying, from that perspective. But yeah, shout out to the circle. Uh, Yep, I express everything. So yep, Patreon. Any and all donations greatly appreciated. What else? What else? And again, got live videos that I have on Instagram as well. Universal Frequencies, that's my Instagram name. And also to connect with the jury, it's Epic Lifestyles on Instagram. It's EPIKLIFESTYLEZ at Epic Lifestyles. Yeah, gotta put that in. But yeah, that's basically it. Again, setting healthy boundaries. Without even and also paying attention to, again, be like there's so many things to be grateful for, so many W's and progressions you're making in certain areas. Like I watched myself within just recently, like with doing my videos, like having to like hey, I'm doing, like creating that boundary of like, hey, this is what I do. I stop and say what's up or peace to somebody, but it's like setting that healthy boundary because again, I love myself. I'm loving what I do and have a confidence, and it's starting to build in that in that farm. So you maneuver like that, but yeah. That's basically it. You already know what happened now. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. You already know. Peace, y'all. Enjoy y'all now moment. Stay on the works. Things are shifting. I ain't saying again. It's when from now on, always catch yourself too. Like if something get expressed in a sense, because we have to be aware. Like there is a big energy shift coming. I feel like something like a little. So we want to make sure our bodies and everything is in a state to be able to receive, these, you know, the downloads and uploads and all that to the fullest. Very key. Peeping out your Chiron aspect, that might give a lot more insight to, again, really letting you know what, like, because you always probably got an idea, like, of what, again, because you're going to have an idea, you keep going through the same lesson loops for a reason, so you could realize, like, message, you know what I'm saying? But then on top of that, check out your Chiron aspect, Chiron, your Chiron aspect in your chart and see, what area it deals with. Again, like for myself too, like so Sharon, uh mine would be Gemini. Gemini, the aspect on, like, simply put, like with communication, and not so much the commerce aspect, but more so like communication and the balance of that communication, like sometimes feeling like I'm talking too much or not talking enough, or also like, and I didn't have that experience too. What tops it off is also seeing that I had past lives and professions where, again, like I spoke on something that a certain truth that somebody didn't want to, be said, and it causes some trouble, so to speak, So, because again, it was from like a politician or like a reporter aspect, but which I feel like it was a little bit of both, two different little lifetimes. Because again, that's another thing too, being aware of how your inner source talks to you. I know because I don't dream as much. Oh no, excuse me. I know that because I don't remember a lot of my dreams as much. A lot of things will always be shown to me in my, you know, with my two eyes open in this part of the aspect, you know, in the physical dense part of the of this realm. You know, I'll see things that'll show me, you know, exactly what's up. Like when I'm watching a movie, like my inner source will let me know, like this is exactly lining up with one of your past lives. This character in this movie, you know. All right, you know, so different strokes for different folks. And again, don't compare yourself to nobody. Like that shit just gonna make you feel crazy. Like I had to catch myself, you know, because of course I continuously do my work, but some of us don't. And I realize too how critical, it's more so how critical I am on myself. Because when people ask me if I'm a seer or if I have visions and stuff like that, I'll get critical and be like, well, you know, and it's like, and I do have visions and I do see. It's just because I compare it to it or just the aspect that I don't explain it as extravagant as other people, you know. But for whatever it's worth, you know, I like hearing other people like, oh yeah, and then the bubbles, and then I popped the bubble, and I did that, did the Ciro, and you know, and I'm like, damn, boy, it sound like them niggas, you know, really, you know, and even that mentality too, because it kind of came out, it seemed like them niggas over there doing it up. I gotta do it like them. You know what I'm saying? Like all that little, you know what I'm saying? Like again, comparison. Like, oh, I should be, you know, when I astral travel, I should be doing the moonwalk and fucking da 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 too, and I should be seeing like this too, and I, you know, it's like it's different. That's why I did that video about the different types of empaths back, you know, because yeah, we all sensitive to energy, but some of us is sensitive to it on a different level. Some of us might be sensitive to people's physical injuries. Some of us might be sensitive to picking up on what an animal is feeling. Some of us might be particular to the plant kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and say for instance, all of us picking up on all these different things, but it's just again like a little algorithm. Some of us is heightened in certain areas than others, you know, due to whatever past experiences also connected with. You know what I'm saying? So that's what creates the shift. But let's see. Hey, okay. All right, Aries, Chiron. Yeah. Yep, I say. Yep. Say nature is. I got that quick. Say what you speaking to? You say nature is yours. You saying nature is mine, M-I-N-E or mine? And as you say that too, that make me think about that aspect too. Like the again, everything that's why it's about archetypes and not just a zodiac sign per se. Again, it's just called the zodiac sign for the conceptualization of, you know, for you to conceptualize the concept of this archetype, you know. And it's like, hey, we call this archetype Gemini. It goes with this symbol. It's connected with this element, you know, this crystal, you know, and it's all symbology, you know. Again, it all goes back to symbology, and hence why it's best to go as far back in your studies, as far as like the ancient history, because again, it deals with, the indigenous aspect of how we knew how to deal with ourselves and that connection. But yeah, like again, like the aspect of the air element, like so I'm like also my Chiron aspect is speaking to me, having some type of struggle or something with the air element in general, in all kind of different ways, forms, and fashions. So I think I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna share everything I feel I wanted to share. Nah, for real this time. For real this time. For real this time. All right, yeah. Yo. Yo. I'll holler at y'all. Peace, peace. Happy now. Y'all already know, not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. The only thing that exists is right now. Peace. Hey, the horn beat.